Yo,
So
that fucking cabinet. I don't know why I just noticed that, but that
what
cabinet
the
that just
future
kind
stuff?
of yeah, like that shit was fucking gangsta. We need more shit like that. The cabinet that just kind of we need that.
Yeah, I mean that's the future that we hope for. We were like, now we have this backwards future now. But so right now, even though it says live, we're not live. I just want people to remind people we're not live at this very moment. We're not live. So hopefully,
And remember, not live does not mean dead. We're not dead.
yeah,
We're alive. We're just not live, right? Yeah.
yeah. So so some future stuff I want to talk about. This is fantastically dystopic and also a throwback to a time when like kings and queens and dukes owned property and then you rent it from them with no, democratic elected stuff happening. So
And that would be some past stuff.
yeah, this is like some past future stuff. If you want to get deep into like what this means, is like past and future at the same time. So Nevada bill would allow tech companies to create governments. So like cookie stuff happens all the time in the state level. You always hear cookie stuff, but reason why I want to point this out, this is the governor announced the plan. The governor. It wasn't like just like a random like state assemblyman or someone from Las Vegas or whatever. This is like the governor announced this. He announced this plan. So I just want to give note. A Democratic governor announced this plan. He wants to allow tech companies to make innovation zones, which means that
Planned legislation to establish new business areas in Nevada would allow technology companies to effectively form separate local governments. Can you think of how we're not even talking about tech companies? We're talking about all companies would move to Nevada to effectively try to get an end around government regulation that protects employees. You already know that shit is coming. Oh, the new minimum wage is $0.00.
minimum wage is like you gave me money to work here, $5 to work here an hour. So it includes. So the zones will permit companies with large areas of land to form governments to carry the same authority, the ability to impose taxes, form school districts, courts, and provide government services. This is like the measure to further economic development of the alternative form of local government.
Amazon headquarters, we are on our way to Nevada.
Yeah, so he named Blockchains LLC as a company that had committed to building a smart city. So I like how they're using all these new smart city, alternative form of local government. What?
Yeah, it's better than a dumb city.
Said the traditional government model is inaccurate alone to provide resources. Wow. So they're saying that the government can't provide resources to help people anymore. So we need giant companies to come in and help people now. The government's totally loose this now.
Help people.
Yeah. So
We're gonna help people.
So zone requirements will require applicants owning at least 78 square miles. This sounds so dystopic. Companies will have at least $250 million in plans to invest.
We are going to release you from the bonds of income. We're going to help you with your outcomes.
The more you read this article, the more dark the future gets. So the zones would have 3 member supervisor boards with the same powers of county commissioners. The businesses would maintain significant control over board membership. This is horrible. Hopefully, no one listens to this man.
For the corporations, by the corporations. They're gonna have a new Bill of Rights. They're gonna have a new Constitution. I mean, this is good enough to get Jeff Bezos to take back the helm of Amazon, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he just make his own Amazon town, and like WandaVision, it'd be almost some WandaVision shit. You make your own reality there, and you go in, you have to live Jeff Bezos. It's like Scarlet Witch of his town. So it's like a Twilight Zone episode when like everyone has to like do what the little boy says.
What do they have on this guy? They must have something on him.
Who, this guy? This crazy neo-futurist feudal kind of shit.
this somebody's got something on them.
So I'm gonna pull up. There's a local news. I think a local news clip that we can share. Hopefully, it gives a little more insight to this really bizarre. I mean, it's not bizarre because I mean, this is what I was worried about when Biden got elected. I was worried about America becoming Amazon, United States of Amazon, and this.
Governor Steve Sisolak is hoping innovation zones can help attract new tech companies to the state, kickstarting the economy. In these zones, the companies could essentially operate as small local governments. The Review Journal's Colton Lockhead has the details.
The proposal would allow big tech companies like Blockchains LLC to form one of these innovation zones that Governor Steve Sisolak had highlighted during his State of the State address last month. Those innovation zones would eventually be able to operate as independent local governments with the similar powers to that of a county, the ability to impose taxes, form government agencies, and even form their own school districts. But some state and local officials that represent the areas where these would be located, including the area where blockchains would be located, are worried that the proposal would leave Story County and other rural areas with little to no benefit for letting these companies take essentially tens of thousands of acres away from them.
And Caesar's Palace is building a new venue called Stadia.
That's what he's worried about, them taking land away from them. I think that's a bigger worry than getting your land taken away. I think going back into slavery is like the biggest risk. Corporations are imposing their own taxes and having their own courts. You know, they're going back into like chattel slavery, some form of
Yeah,
but that's what the local news is reporting. They worried, well, farmers are worried about the land or whatever.
I think I'm gonna have to politely decline their offer. No, just no, because what they're doing is they're trying to create a precedent to create the Amazon states of America.
Yeah,
that's really what they're trying to do here. And they could try to shine it up real nice and turn it sideways.
By saying alternative form of local government, innovation zones.
No, because all of the innovation you're talking about is going right back to the fucking feudal era. Fuck that. I'm not with that.
So, and this article right here actually breaks down. I think this article is really good. Actually breaks
sounds
down
like some cult shit.
It actually breaks down what's happening with hopefully we don't have any stake with blockchain because we're about to dump them right now. But so this article right now pretty much says that in 2018, the blockchain's tech firm owned by a lawyer and a cryptocurrency millionaire, they purchased land out there in 2018. So they've been pushing for this Home Means Nevada PAC, which managed the governor's. This is what he said about what they have on him. They manage his transition office. So this is why all of a sudden this really creepy law is being passed, because they pretty much blockchain managed his transition into office, into the governor's office, according to.
I did say that, didn't I? They got something on them.
They also donated $10,000 in 2018 to his campaign.
It ain't that much money.
But also donated to his opponent as well. So
yeah, they've got something on him. And they probably got an Epstein type tape on him or something. They got something on him. Because this is ridiculous. And I hope that this gets shot the fuck down.
Yeah, I hope so too. But the thing is, this was scary about when the Democratic, like neoliberal person presents this, and Republicans like, this is awesome because we would have done this too, but totally, so this is my bipartisanship goes against the people, a lot of. So we have to keep an eye on this in Nevada. I was here in Black Power Magic Hour. We like to point out news before it becomes news, and this is some interesting news that a sitting governor. Usually, kooky stuff like this gets passed by kind of like a local city council member or But this is
what we should do is rename this segment some dystopian stuff.
Dystopian stuff.
Because this is not the future that I want. This is not.
This is not the shelves coming down. Mad smooth. That's not that. This is not the flying cars. It's not cryogenically sleeping to go to Mars.
Still don't got my fucking hovercraft.
No,
I don't have my my fucking cleaning station where I could just walk in and have like all the shit blasted off of me in 0.3 of a second.
And clothes is thrown on you somehow,
No, I'll still put on my clothes one leg at a time. You know what I'm saying? But Talking about instant showers, teleportation,
Talk about the Futurama tube that sucks all your clothes off.
hovercrafts, fucking jetpacks. No. They've got, some, hey, look, this new slavery.
Yeah, innovation zones.
Innovation. Tech companies, jazz hands. Fuck out of here.
Innovation zones. What is this? They're gonna have like those balls.
There is no innovation to having the rich and powerful lord themselves over their employees. There is nothing original about that.
That sounds like kind of what happens in the Hunger Games.
Do we have to go back? Do we have to remind people of the Valentine's Day massacre? Do we have to go back to that? Do we have to go back to the fucking tea being thrown into the Boston Harbor? Do we need to like do we have to go back to the days where there were people that were being killed by their employer because they were standing up for their own rights? If you let the companies run the towns, they have their own legal system. No.
That literally sounds like the Reconstruction era when plantations became company town, company store. You had to go, so the slave owner couldn't own his slaves, but he can make money off it. The former slaves, and you have the company town. You would charge them rent.
No taxation without representation. Do you really think that a company is going to levy taxes on their own employees? And that's just like, who's representing the employees?
Allegedly three county supervisor boards, which the corporations will heavily have an influence over. So
heavily have an influence over. They are part of the fucking corporation. What are you talking about influence?
But the article is so blatant. That's what the article said. The article said they'll have heavy influence over them. Like, of course they're gonna have influence. They impose the taxes and they have the courts. Literally, they can have their own private security. How spooky.
That's like saying your boss has heavy influence over you.
Yeah.
Except that it's worse because the advisory board is, part of the board of the company. Like, they are the power structure of the company. Wouldn't they not be? Come on, son. I don't know. People really think we fucking stupid. That's what they think. They think we dumb as shit. And the only thing you have to say is innovation and tech, and we're gonna be like, "Woo!"
Alternative zones. So that's Black Power Magic Hour.
Slavery zones.
Hopefully people get more word out about this crazy thing in Nevada. Hopefully the opposite. People know more about it and don't want it to happen in their town.
Can you see? Can you see how enthusiastic I am about this plan? This can you see the excitement in my face?
Plan to build back America, Facebookburg. So follow us, Black Power Magic Hour, on Twitter, on Facebook, and YouTube, and then follow Dr. Evil Genius. He goes live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And that's I think that's our future stuff, Dash and Bash dystopian segment.